What's up? I'm HUGZ. That's Sam. Welcome to HUGZ Sam. Sometimes I feel like I'm cracking an egg. So it's like, welcome to HUGZ Sam, and that's the yolk on it. Anyway, today we're getting into some OVAs for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. We completed the series. Amazing. Like, it's hard to put into words how much it impacted us watching the show over the course of the time we've had this channel. It was, I think, the third series we ever added to the channel. We've been doing it well over a year, and we're just not ready for it to be over.
No.
So
we're doing the OVAs.
They tried to break up with us, but we weren't ready. So we needed more. We're going to be watching 4 OVAs in total, 2 this week, 2 next week.
Yes.
And then there's
Coma
Theater or something.
I don't know what they are.
I guess it was like a manga series that they made into videos or something like that. Somebody was telling me about it, that it was like a comedy style thing, like a chibi.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
I don't know like anything.
I don't know what coma means.
Me neither.
But somebody said it's more of like a comedic
play, and we're just gonna see what happens.
Well, as I say, with these OVAs, we have no idea when these were in the series, what's going on with it, whatever. We're just watching them for the sake of wanting more Full Metal. So we really don't have any setup or anything for what's going on. Well, I guess we'll just try to figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out. And if we have questions, we'll ask. And then you guys can answer in the comments.
Word. All right, but let's jump into it. See what's going down.
Did you say human transmutation?
According to the rumors, they actually did it.
And who is this they?
An alchemist employed by a wealthy family, the Humbergans.
Judo! They measured everyone in school today, and guess what? I'm the tallest girl in my entire class!
Well, isn't that something? You're growing up to be a big girl, aren't you, Rosalie?
She's proven herself to be quite the little mischief maker ever since her first day of school.
This feels creepy, but I don't know if it should be.
That from?
They claim to be traveling alchemists.
Alchemists, you say? I'd be delighted to speak with them. And what are these visitors?
Looks like he'd be related to Miles, doesn't he?
There's a Mr. Edward Elric and a Mr. Alphonse Elric.
Wow.
Looks like we could easily keep 20.
Looks like frickin' Central Command.
Do you mean they've got
This
the
is just
room?
dude's
Or
house.
do you mean they've got the money?
I mean both.
See, this doesn't seem right.
What the hell? Did we already do something wrong here?
Your whole body's metal! You're a freak! Not a freak! Metal freak! Metal freak! Big metal freak! You're a freak!
She's hanging from his arm.
The Elric's correct. My name is Judo.
Yeah, I'm Edward. And the makeshift jungle gym over there is my brother, Alphonse.
Thank you for taking the trouble to come here and visit me.
Was this guy on the up and up?
Looks like my hand surprised you.
No, I wouldn't exactly say that.
You know, I've heard rumors about you, Mr. Judo. And I'd like to have a nice, long conversation about alchemy with you through human transmutation.
Is that how he lost his eyesight? Is it like...
Do you believe every rumor you hear?
Well, you can't blame me for wondering why someone would start a rumor like that, can you?
It would be best if Rosalie weren't present for this discussion.
Our guests don't have time for games. Please behave.
Why don't you just go and play with her, Al?
Really?
I was like, really?
He's like trying to keep his head on. This stuff's going
I
down,
didn't come
music.
here to waste your time, so I'll just get right to the point. Did you do it, or didn't you? That's all I want to know.
I paid for the deed with both of my eyes.
Yeah, and I paid with my left leg.
And your arm.
Not quite. I sacrificed that in order to bring my brother's soul back.
We're of the same kind.
Yeah, I'd say the unpleasant kind. Is it true that your transmutation was successful?
It's gonna have something to do with Rosalie, right?
But Edward, you already know the answer to that. You've seen the result.
That's gonna be Rosalie, right?
Rosalie.
Yeah.
She's the answer to your question.
Wow.
There's nothing to be scared of. It's a long story, but I can explain.
Amazing!
Is she gonna get inside of him?
Helping.
Oh my god.
That's a little rude.
You can talk, but you're just a suit of armor, aren't you? Come on, follow me. It'll be safe to show you the secret of Rosalie.
3
I
years.
like the shit like winks.
Yeah.
Transform human transmutation. As you've already seen, she's growing up just fine.
I'm afraid he can't answer your question.
And why can't he?
Judo is an employee of this family. And as our employee, his skills are intended to serve as our family alone. We can't share our secrets with every outsider that asks.
But please.
You must understand, these were the wishes of my late husband.
I'm truly sorry I cannot help you. Also, I'm afraid I can't show you the transmutation circle I used either.
I mean, we know what happens, but it's like, damn, that's gotta be like, you finally find someone who completed it and it worked,
And they can't.
and they
tell
can't do it.
Don't pursue human transmutation.
I'll do anything that it takes to get Al his body back. Please, let Mr. Judo help.
There's nothing he can tell you.
That's because you won't let him. If he brought back
He
Rosalie...
can't help you.
What's
Okay,
the secret?
I'll find Al and we'll leave.
Are we gonna find out with what she's about to show Al?
I believe that he's playing with Rosalie.
Yeah, I
I
can
bet
find
she's
him.
not supposed to show him
Okay.
that.
That'll be fine. But I ask that you please stay away from the second floor in the East Wing. That's where I store my late husband's belongings.
You're the boss.
There's something else up there.
So you want me to stay away from the East Wing's second floor?
That's exactly where he's like,
Yeah.
I was about to say.
give me a written invitation?
I love like just there's the one staircase. Like going from either side isn't really gonna help you be stealthy, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rosalie, look, you have a guest.
What the hell?
Judo brought this Rosalie back through human transmutation. How are you, Rosalie? Nope, I'm a fake. Mr. and Mrs. Humbergang adopted me from the orphanage. They did it right after Judo tried human transmutation.
Oh my
I apparently
God.
look just like Rosalie did. My name was Emmy before I came to live here.
That's freaking creepy as.
It's great. All I have to do is act like Rosalie.
What?
It moved! She moved! I don't understand why you're so surprised. You two are so much alike. There's no way of telling if it's actually Rosalie inside this body. For all we know, there's a good possibility that there's something inside her that isn't Rosalie.
This is dark as hell.
Yeah.
This is freaking dark.
So you chose to ignore me.
That's
So,
why she told him
You
that.
were hoping I'd ignore you.
I mean, it's gotta not hurt as much. You know what I mean? Now that he knows it's not like it happened perfectly.
I can't see! My eyes, they're burning! Where's Mistress Rosalie? I can't see! Please, please tell me! Was my theory on transmutation
Does he
correct?
even know?
May I bring her back?
You've done it. You've returned our daughter to us. And just as we last saw her.
So he doesn't know.
Mistress Rosalie!
He thinks the new frickin' Rosalie is
He's
like, holy
Master Judo
crap.
has served as the family's alchemist since the previous generation.
What
And
is
as a
up
result,
with these
he could
OVAs?
hardly tolerate to witness the pain his beloved employers suffered after the death of their only daughter. He had, in fact, grown to consider her to be like his very own daughter.
And what about you, Mr. Butler?
I'm in on the hoax as well. All of us employees are playing along.
Bye-bye, Rosalie.
That's so sad.
They're nice people.
That's some dark stuff.
Wow.
Even though their lives are broken.
And you said there's something after this one?
No, after the third one.
Third one? Okay. That's freaking intense.
Well.
That was freaking intense. Okay, so let's break this down. Okay? First off, super dark.
Yeah.
Super dark. Thought it was like kind of like a happy ending thing for them, but it really sucked for Al that they were just gonna like not give the secret to him. Like, well, that's really shitty, you know? Like, just, hey, his brother has no body and he was missing an arm and a leg, but sorry, fam, we told some guy who passed away we wouldn't tell you. You know what I mean?
I guess like in my mind, I'm like, oh man, we're about to know the secret, but I'm like, well, we've seen the whole show, so like we know that there's not a secret that they know. But.
Yeah. But it's like, you get pulled back into it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think about that.
The secret, they're going to get Al's body back, but like, they don't like that. So,
yeah, whatever. You know? Immersion, okay? I was immersed into this new world. But the living, pre-existing Rosalie, very like Annabelle. Like an animate doll that's just like falling apart.
And so like it could be her, but it might just be something that's in her body.
Yeah, nobody knows. Super creepy. Also, new Rosalie that's just like okay with like being it or whatever.
Yeah.
Also mildly creepy. She like as a kid, a little bit of a sociopath.
Yeah.
And then when you know, we find out that he, the blind alchemist, doesn't even truly know.
No, yeah.
Like, it's both heartbreaking and heartwarming. The fact that, like, it's so sad that he believes he did this, like, that he saved her when he really didn't.
They are keeping the secret. That way he doesn't feel like he did it for nothing, you know.
Lost his eyes. Because, okay, spoiler alert, I don't know why you'd be watching these if you haven't already seen the show, because we're watching it after the fact, but we're going to talk about the end of the show if you haven't seen the end of the show.
If you haven't seen it, bye.
Okay. So, much more violent than when Roy loses his eyesight.
Yeah.
Like, blood, just like...
like,
damn,
and like,
my
it wasn't
dude.
just like he lost his eyes. Like,
and
it was like
huge
scarred.
scars,
Like they got scraped out or something.
That was pretty intense. That was dark as well.
Yeah.
That added to the creepy factor. I really enjoyed how they did it with the camera when someone would make sound. Like, it looked like he could get a flash of, like, vision for a second. That was really cool how they did that effect.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. I thought it was really cool.
It was not what I was expecting. Like, I was almost, like, expecting the way it started out. Like, oh, they're eating, like, I think it was, like, a strawberry shortcake or something. And it was like, oh, so cheerful.
I think most of the shows, like, we watch OVAs for were, like, One Punch. So it was much more, like, lighthearted, kind of funny, not really had to do much with story, you know, whereas this could have been a regular episode of the show.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of like with AOT, too, would do OVAs for that, and then those could be, like, regular, you know.
The thing I like about AOT OVAs, though, is they give us more of a background into the actual story. So like Lost Girls, we get to see parts of, oh, this fell specifically into this part, and it really feeds into the main story. This was kind of a standalone thing, doesn't affect anything else that has to do with anything else in the show.
Right. It just adds to like, holy crap, they saw this dark stuff.
Exactly. But I do, when you bring up AOT OVAs, those are some of my favorites because they give us insight to the characters. Like those are really cool how they're done. I don't feel like we're going to get much of that in here with the OVAs, but we get a lot of that in the show.
I feel like if these were like going to give more background, y'all would have been like,
told us to
you need to watch this now. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, and also the show is so good about giving us a lot of background information anyway. Like it's baked into the regular show. We don't need an OVA specifically to tell us about any of that, unless it would be like a third party character, like some more of Pinako's background or you know, stuff like that. I'm kind of excited. I hope we get to see a Winry OVA. Yeah. In one of the four, I'm hoping we get some Winry action, or Olivier. Yeah. Because I think that'd be pretty fun to get like an Olivier-centric OVA.
Family, like
I feel like that'd be kind of
like
fun.
Grandma that does the flowers and
If y'all ever watched Ruby, which is like the first anime, I know I'm not going to throw it out there and call it anime because that's a very heated subject for some people, but that's really what broke Sam into anime. into animated shows in general, and they had this cool series at one point called The World of Remnant, and they were like these little snippet videos that would give us like historical context, not just of the characters, but of the entire world, you know, of what was going on and the different races, the different, you know, continents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like just breakdowns, not, you know, at a large scale level. And I kind of would enjoy if they had something like that for Full Metal.
Yeah.
Where it kind of talked about like historically,
like the different like countries and all that. Yeah.
we get a little bit of that with the father storyline.
Yeah.
But it's more, it's you know, centered around them specifically and what happens in like the sacrifice or whatever. But I would love to just kind of get, you know, random snippets of like overall information about the world.
Right.
Because this world is really cool. And there's a lot of different stuff that's happened throughout its history. I think it would be a lot of fun with this type of world to get into that.
Exactly.
So that'd be cool. But I am excited to watch the rest of the OVAs. I'm really excited to watch the Coma things because I heard they're funny and I like funny things.
Yeah.
That's fun. Let us know what you thought in the comment section down below. Like it if you did. Sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons who are watching the full and early reaction up on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. You really don't know how much it means. It means the world. We'll be back with more videos soon. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.